All right, everybody. So we are back. We're trying to upload as much as we can here when it makes sense, when we're having fun. And today we are going to be reacting to a lot of replies. We had a lot of replies. Now, I'm not going to be able to get through all of these. We did something recently like this on the channel. You guys really liked it. Anyone that is new on this channel, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you guys subbing. We had a lot of new viewers in and out over here. Yeah, we're just vibing, to be honest. The video today that we're going to be making is we're going to be reacting, I can't speak, oh my god, about some of the wildest Euro 2024 takes. Now, these takes, for example, guys, they're not going to be what we expect. Okay, so these takes are going to be obviously wild takes. Just to clarify it, don't be watching this video saying, how is he saying that? I've asked for wild takes, okay? These takes should be out of this world, like, how the hell would this happen? We're going to go through and react to some of them. If you enjoy it, drop a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below which one you thought was the funniest. I really haven't seen too many of these besides Rage Effect saying Ukraine will win the Euros for political reasons. So as you can see by the first reply, this is gonna be a good one. Again, appreciate all you guys watching on the channel. We're gonna be going through. I don't know. I think the way Twitter does it is they kind of put some of the replies earlier on that are people that I follow, so I don't know if that's going to be. I won't spend too much time in the beginning of the replies. We'll go down a lot, but yeah, this tweet I threw up. I wanted to make a video based on this tweet. Whenever I do tweets like this, I want to make content out of it, and kind of react to some of it. So enough with me waffling. We'll start off with football is coming home. That's not a wild take, because England is favored, right? Now, to some of you watching, you might think that's the funniest one because I agree with you. I don't think they're going to win this tournament until they prove me wrong. England getting grouped. We are going to have a cheat sheet here where we are going to go right to the group stage and talk about it. So Serbia, Denmark, Slovenia, England. I don't think that's going to happen. But I'll tell you this. It's not like they're in a group with, let's say I think more of the lower ranked teams in the tournament. I think Slovenia's in that group, but I think the lowest ranked teams in the tournament is Albania and Georgia. So I don't think they have like a super low team in their group. I could be wrong. I want to see what Slovenia is ranked in the world, 57. So, but they're in good form. They beat Portugal 2-0 in their team form, and the US. So you know what? I actually don't know if that take is even that super wild. It's possible. Anything is possible. Portugal versus France final. Mbappe and Ronaldo score 3 goals. I don't know if that's each or combined. If that was each, that would potentially rival the craziness we just saw Mbappe in France against Argentina. That was just absolutely crazy within itself. Portugal grouped. I have in a sweepstakes, so he's got it in some form of that. Portugal is in a group with Turkey, Georgia, and Czech Republic. I don't see it. I don't see a way for that one. I mean, but again, that's a wild take. But I'm trying to see, I'd be curious to see if we could label one of these takes super wild and we also see it happening. I think so far, England getting grouped. Look, Portugal, France final, that's going to be a stretch. But again, those are two of the more favored teams in the tournament. I think Mbappe and Ronaldo each having 3 goals might be crazy. Portugal to lift the trophy. Is that the wildest take ever? Not necessarily. England disaster class incoming because that squad is heavily overrated. France will get grouped. France will get grouped in a group with Poland, Austria, Netherlands. I don't see it. I think Netherlands could threaten them. I don't see France dropping points against Austria. I don't see France really dropping points against Poland. So I think they get 6 points out of those. Poland at least quarterfinals. Scotland, this has 137 likes. Scotland going to the semis. That's crazy if they make it out. Now, we were going through and looking. If you haven't seen my video on Opta predicted Euro 2024, Scotland actually, I think, has a 25% chance at the round of 16. So you know what? I'll allow it. That one, I understand why some people are replying to it and they like it. Scotland, by the way, these rankings, guys, you don't want to make too much of the rankings because I always feel like overall the rankings end up being, where is my, oh, it's right here. If we just go back to our Euro tab, Scotland, what are they in the rankings? 39, but recent form, I mean, I don't know, right? I don't know. There's definitely some teams that are in better recent form for sure. Scotland, wow. Scotland in 2007 was ranked 13th. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. Wow, that's crazy. Italy last place in the group. Now, Spain, Croatia, I could see it. When we go down to Albania, I don't know if I see that. And also, I could be wrong, but I feel like I've seen Italy play a recent few games, and I think they've been playing pretty well heading into this tournament. So, yeah, I mean, they're unbeaten in their last 5. I don't see that happening. I don't see that. Nah. There's no way. I just, man, this Albania team, I don't know. Are we giving this Albania team a chance? I don't know. They did have 2 wins heading into this tournament, but we have to ask who, right? Who? I think that's a stretch, but that is a wild take, so I respect it. England will disappoint. Don't think that's a wild take. I think there's actually I think this whole England narrative now is like the England fans are in so much pain over the recent few tournaments that they are actually doing a situation where they are trying to jinx their team and they're saying we're going to do it terrible to create this narrative that they're going to play better. But I get it, bro, because I know that a lot of people feel England are overrated. They are the betting favorite for this tournament with France. Austria will go far. Austria in a group with Netherlands, Poland, France. I mean, that's going to be a tough one, right? Netherlands and France, that's not going to be the easiest. Definitely not going to be the easiest, but I like it. I think it's a wild take. That one I think it is a wild take. And look, it's a wild take in the way that in that group you wouldn't expect Austria to go crazy, but if you look at how they've been playing recently, a draw against Switzerland, who I see as a very respected team, they beat Serbia, another team in the tournament. Turkey they beat 6-1. All right, they beat Slovakia 2-0. They beat Germany 2-0. They haven't lost since they played Belgium 3-2 in the end of 2023. So I actually like that take, and I'll tell you this. My favorite part about recording these videos, doing stuff like this, I wasn't even really looking at Austria in this tournament, so I actually really like that take. As a matter of fact, let's look at the Austria lineup. I can't wait to react to some of the videos and stuff like this to when we see that all these takes were like terribly off and we were thinking they were possible. I want to see the lineup for this team, though. So they go with Arnautovic starts up top. I do know who Baumgartner is. I know who Grill is in the midfield. Danso, I know. Posh, I know. Wimmer, I know. Anyone else off the bench? Konrad Lamer. He was crazy, by the way. I thought Limer. I thought he was very good in the Champions League this time around. So yes, again, international is so funny. It's not one of those teams you would look at thinking as, wow, they're gonna kill it. But hey, they play well together. England will end a curse and win it. I actually think that is a wild take, and this crazy part of this is that they are a favorite, and I think it's a wild take. If England wins it, I'll be very surprised. Poland are winning it all. No. That's too wild for me. Serbia all the way to the semifinals. Wow. Serbia to the semifinals. So England, Denmark, Slovenia, Serbia to the semifinals, he says. Let's go look at Serbia because we have them right here. So ranked a little bit lower than Austria. I think that's going to be tough to do. The team overall, Mitrovic, they have Lahovic, Tadic, Milisavic. Both Milisavic's, bro. That's fire. Pavlovic. So I think, look, personnel-wise, Milinkovic as well. 6'5". Personnel-wise, is it possible? I think semis is a push, but England, Germany final, and England wins on penalties. Turkey in the semifinal. No way. No freaking way. I'm going to keep looking here. We have a lot of England getting grouped. If Austria survived the group, they're going far. I look, now from looking at that, I don't necessarily disagree with that. Poland, bro, there are a lot of shouts about Poland, which means that I can only envision that Poland have had to have been in some decent form heading into this tournament. Now, Poland in their group, they are in the group with Netherlands, France, Austria. Oh my God, dude. I mean, that's a crazy take. Now, again, this group is a lot harder than people think it is because I agree. Heading into this tournament, if you look at outside of Netherlands and France, who, regardless of how they were playing going into this tournament, those are two teams you expect to do very well. If we actually look at the other teams that are the form they were in heading into this, I mean, Poland beat Ukraine, tournament team. Turkey, tournament team, right? They haven't lost since they played. Wow, they lost to Albania, who's a tournament team, but yeah, have they been playing the craziest teams? Definitely not, but they are in a good little bit of a run of form here. Beat Germany last June as well, so maybe watch out for Poland. Man, that group, the more I look at Netherlands, Poland, Austria, France, I don't think I realized how crazy Poland and Austria in terms of form have been playing as of recent. Romania will get to the semifinals. I think Romania is a team that I haven't seen mentioned from one person in a group with Slovakia, Belgium, and Ukraine. So let's check out that group real quick. Let's have a look at it. Let's see what it's all about. So we go down to that group. This is a group with E that I've heard nobody talking about. I think everybody expects Belgium to win this group. Romania, world's 46, did have a win against Switzerland, which I rate, and I think that's a loss against Colombia. How close was this game? Because Colombia, they're my pick to win Copa America, like outside choice, not the boring Argentina and Brazil choice. I think them or Uruguay have a really good shot. They haven't lost in 19 matches. Woo! 62% possession for Colombia, but 38% Possession for Romania, 14 shots. Haji. So let's see it happen. I want to see it happen. I want to see it happen. Germany will once again go out in the group stage. If you guys didn't know, I am German. I would be very sad because I do always in the European competitions root for Germany as well. That would be very sad. We don't want to see that, right? And look, they're in a really tough group. I think that group also like is the same vibe for me as group similar vibe to Group D. Like, I don't think there's two necessarily like perennial powerhouses. Like, I think Netherlands and France, maybe you could say that like Switzerland have been going somewhat far in the recent few tournaments, but I just think overall it's such a gritty, tough group. Like Scotland, Hungary, and Switzerland, I think are all so close in level. And, you know, we've seen Germany, bro. Germany's one of those teams that they could go out and play France and beat them 2-0 and like look like they were dominant, and then they could go out and lose to like they're just such a weird team like that. So I am a believer though that Germany are trending in the right direction. They're playing better and better, but still, you never really know with those guys, and they have 3 other very good teams in this group. So, man, dude, that would be brutal. England out during the round of 16. I don't think that's a crazy take. Ronaldo Golden Boot winner. It's not a crazy take. He's actually the 3rd favorite. England will win. Germany don't make it out of the group stage. France don't make it out of the group as easy as people expect. Ukraine top their group. Ukraine top Group E over Belgium. I do think that's a wild take because I would be very surprised if Belgium don't get first in that group. And we just see somebody who was saying, go Romania. Ronaldo will dunk on France. Felix MVP. Portugal run away with it and don't even use Ronaldo more than as a sub. I think that's not going to happen based on what we saw yesterday. Austria semifinals. I like it. I'm getting behind that one. I'm going to have to root for Austria now. I've seen a lot of people saying that. Hungary will reach the semis and Italy will win it. So back-to-back for Italy. Joe, that's kind of a wild take. I don't think I've heard anyone saying Italy's going to win this tournament. I've definitely not been saying people say, we saw that one person who said Italy was going to get, I think they say grouped or just not do well, but I've not been seeing a lot of people say Italy's going to win this tournament. You look at the form they're going into this tournament with 2-0 win against Ecuador, draw against Turkey. They haven't conceded in how many games, dude? What? Since Venezuela on March 21st. The last 4 games they didn't concede. Last time they lost was to England. They beat the Netherlands last year. Let's see the lineup they went with against Bosnia. So Fratesi, very good player. Chiesa, I rate him. Think he's very good. Will they get it done with Skamaka as the 9? No hate to him. I don't know. But I'll tell you this. Defensively, not a bad team. Coming off the recent tournament win, although it's actually funny to see the team they went out with and won the Euro in the last one and the team they have now because a lot of the players in that starting 11 are different. I'm hearing very crazy things about, man, I don't know the player. I think he's a U19 Italian player. Is it Cambiaso? No, it's not him. Forget who it is, bro. I've been hearing something about this wonder kid from Italy. He's really good, apparently. So we have to check him out at some point because apparently he's really good. Last seeded Albania are through to the knockouts. Crazy if that happens. Netherlands getting grouped. As we have looked at through this, that's very possible. I have severely underrated, especially Austria. But yeah, Poland's one of those teams that for the longest time I've had this narrative like in my head that they just draw every match. And dude, looking at the recent form, they're looking very good. Very good. I don't know if they've played all the craziest teams, but England all the way with Saka being the top scorer, Stone's best defender in the tournament, and Pickford with the most saves. Italy not going through to the group stage, and I call him David Dobrik because I can't even pronounce his name, but he's on Ukraine as the top scorer. England are nowhere near the team everyone thinks they are, and Scotland will make it out of the group. Scotland. So Scotland, people are on that Scotland train. Serbia is going to the semis. Turkey will reach the semifinals. Scotland are winning it all by beating England in the finals. That is a wild take. That's probably the wildest take I've seen. Scotland winning it all. We have had wild and now we've had really crazy. That's a crazy one. Not that England could be in a final because betting wise that's expected, but Scotland winning it all is nuts. Denmark and Serbia will reach the semis minimum. We're going quick fire now. I want to get through some of these, see what people are saying. England will go out in the group stages. As it says, drunk donut. A defender or a midfielder will be the top scorer. England out in the first round. That would be cool, by the way. A defender or a midfielder will be the top scorer. That's an interesting one. I wonder who do we think is somebody that could win that especially midfield wise, because you think it's more likely for a midfielder. I mean, maybe Jude. Jude is an argument. If we want to classify like maybe Musiala, although he's a bit more of a playmaker. Although I don't know how Germany's gonna line up with Musiala and Wirtz, but maybe one of them. Very interesting one. Or do you have a player like on like Hungary, like Szoboszlai, that just goes crazy? You know what I mean? Slovenia pick up 4 points and England losing the quarters are probably my top two. Slovenia pick up 4 points. Denmark, Serbia, England. I mean, that could happen. I could see that. They could pull off an upset and get a draw somewhere else. I mean, the beauty of this tournament is that we're going to see that. In some of these groups, there's going to be teams like Albania, maybe like Georgia, Ukraine, Romania, teams that just people weren't really expecting to steal a match. They're going to be causing all this mania, right, with getting a win against somebody they weren't supposed to and then a draw, and we got all these scenarios. It's going to be crazy. Has anyone noticed how Australia went from underrated to massively overrated? Everyone's half expected to at least make the quarters now. Based on these replies, that's what I'm seeing. But at the end of the day, I mean, still, like, in the group with Netherlands and France, the expectations is that those two will get out. So we'll keep that in mind. I mean, that's the expectation. The bottom line is that Netherlands and France are still going to be the teams that are expected to get out of that group. Let's be real, right? Germany winning the Euros and Kroos becomes the #1 contender to win the Ballon d'Or. Bro, if that happens, I like, aside from Vinny going out in Copa with Brazil and just balling and doing it all, that is a very possible outcome, right? I mean, his end of an era season. We've seen that Modric was a player that did it with Madrid. He's the last midfielder to win the Ballon d'Or. It's possible. That would be very possible if he went out and had a campaign like this. You know, it's like the question mark that if Wirtz is a large part of it, but I think they would have had to probably the scenario of them doing that is they would have had to win that Europa final. Bellingham gets injured and Gaza gets called up and is player of the tournament and finally gets his foot card. McTominay bags first goal of the tournament. McTominay gets the first goal of the tournament. So McTominay opens the scoring on Friday against Germany. I'm just going to say this. I could see it. Like, I could see that happening. That would be a very McTominay situation, especially with the way that McTominay played at the end of the season with United up top. Man, my man was playing striker. Czech Republic will reach the quarterfinals. Haven't seen anything about Czech Republic here. Portugal, Georgia, Turkey. Did he say the quarterfinals or the semifinals? I think the quarterfinals is possible. Yeah, I mean, that's a good wild take. Like, that's a crazy take, but also at the same time, it could happen. Portugal will lose in the group stage of the round of 16. I hope that doesn't happen. I think this guy's a Messi fan. I'm looking at his profile photo. I hope that doesn't happen. I'm so hyped with how Ronaldo has played the performance yesterday. Like, I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. That would be really sad. We don't want to see that happen. Come on, man. Come on, man. We don't want to see that happen. France won't advance from the group stage. Guys, there's no way. I can't believe that, bro. Like, there's no way because, bro, they have the best player in the world. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I can't get behind that one. I can't get behind France losing in the group stage. There's no way. I can't. I'm not gonna be able to get behind that one. Hungary make the semis. I gotta tell you, just to talk about Hungary real quick, guys, because I want to tell you this. So I watched them play against, I think it was Germany. I forget the game. I'm gonna try to find it for you guys. I think it was actually this. It was all the way back in Nations League. It was this one, and they played him twice. This was the game. They honestly, for me, I know that wasn't the best time, you know, of like Germany's peak of form, but Hungary is a really interesting team, bro. They just like get results everywhere. I don't know. They really don't lose that much. So this is a team that we could see do really well. I mean, if we look at Nations League, like they beat England 4-0. So international football is just beautiful, man. Like anything can happen. These teams just, once the passion gets going, it's crazy. So we'll see. That Germany-Hungary match is going to be very interesting. And that group is just, man, the more I talk about Group A, the more I get kind of like stressed out as a neutral because I just think it's going to be so challenging. Phil Foden will be England's best player but won't get the credit he deserves. Well, the good situation about that is that Foden this season has already got the recognition Premier League-wise, which is good because Foden has been an amazing player for such a long time, and it's really tough for a lot of these players at Manchester City to get the awards, to get the credit and the recognition that a lot of them deserve. Albania goes 0 out of 9 points and 15 goals conceded, and this is coming in from Albania Football Federation. Romania, at least in the quarterfinals, and Puskás scoring 5 goals in the tournament. Romania in the quarterfinals, and I'm going to say Puskás, even though that's probably not the pronunciation. Let's see. I'm going to spell it how he spelled it. George Puskás. George Puskás. Did he say 5 goals for bro? He said 5 goals for bro. 8 matches in the Serie A, 0 goals. Look, this would be a crazy take. If this happens, my man is on to something. 11 goals in 42 in Romania. This guy would be on to something. Let's go, Puskas. England crash out in the group stage. Georgia to the quarters. Cape Maradona with a 5-goal and assist tournament. Wow. That would be quite the tournament. We'll see. We'll see. They're definitely lower ranked. I would put them with like Albania in terms of how favored or not favored they are to do well. I was going to say Georgia to the quarters. Germany and Portugal will not advance past the group stage. Germany and Portugal will not advance past the group stage. Wow. Wow. I don't know about that. England won't qualify. A lot of England won't qualify. It's becoming a popular take. Italy will do better than England in the Euros. Well, they did that last time around, so anything is possible again. The back-to-back. It's coming home. France and Germany won't make the knockout stage. Man, I'm seeing so many people say Germany's not going to make the knockout stage. Stop it. Turkey will be in the semis. Dude, what's this hype around Turkey? Now, they're in a group with, again, they're in Georgia. I mean, look, they could get out of that group. Let's see what they're cooking. The form is not looking good. Now, they did draw Italy, but the form is not looking good. They've played basically tournament teams. They open against Georgia. I'm so excited for this tournament. I can't wait. We got to do one of these tweets with Copa America. I think I've read through about 100 there. We had some wild takes. I think the wildest take is probably, or the coolest one that I saw was a defender or a midfielder winning the Golden Boot. That would be really cool if we saw that. That was probably my favorite one. And yeah, I guess I have to get on the hype train with Austria right now. Man, everyone's crazy about them. A lot of England getting grouped. I've seen that a lot of places. And yeah, guys. So we'll do one. Maybe we'll do one for Copa America. It starts a little bit after. Copa America is not until, I think it's like the following Thursday, I want to say. June 20th is the first. So 8 days. Cannot wait, boys. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know your funniest take you guys saw here. See you later. Peace.